Hi, my name's Robyn Sinclair, and I'm a member of Team Tempest. Like all the members of Team Tempest, I'm also a recent graduate from the Vancouver Film School's game design program, and I'm really excited to have another chance to work with my classmates on a new project. So, to begin here is the Tempest level. To our right, we have the beginning of the level, which is being done by Kevin. Right in front of us, we have the middle portion of the level done by Dave, which has the cart move up onto a ship and back off it. And then that brings us to the final third of the level, which is being done by myself and Jameson Shear. Jameson was awesome enough to um, do up a really solid initial white box of our area that we're going to be working on. And he passed it off to me, and last Sunday I worked on fleshing it out a little bit. So I focused a lot on this transition area leading from Dave's section into the final area, which, if you remember from Kevin's video, is the submarine and the shipyard. So this transition area, all we had in mind initially was for there to be two tunnels, one with the track and the cart, and the other one which would be filled with water. And separating these two tunnels is a glass window, so you can see all kinds of mayhem going on the other side, or you can see, when your enemy's trying to sneak by and flank you. The first thing I noticed when I was building it up is I didn't think it was very exciting to have two of these tunnels that were exactly the same length, starting and ending at the same point. So what I did instead, well, let me show you the first tunnel here with the track. It does go right under and up, leading to the bridge and the submarine. The second track, on the other hand, goes down and underneath the first track to pop up on the other side of the submarine in the shipyard area, which is close to Red's spawn. So this gives an alternate route for Red, to get behind the attackers, as well as for Blue to come in and distract them while they're trying to move the cart. Um, but since I did cut off that route, I wanted to make a second route so that there wasn't such a crazy bottleneck for the track. So I opened up this building here, opened up the first floor, so that you can move over and around, over top of the first track, and it just provides, an extra route. The last section here, Jameson implemented this part. This catwalk moves across into the top floor of this building. This is the initial red spawn, which I'll be talking about in a bit. But anyway, this pathway moves over, and you can see the top of the shipyard area. So if we zoom out and look back, there's now two entrances. This was the underground tunnel, and this is the second floor, both of which lead to this area here. Now I also took this building and added some windows to connect the areas, and so you can, the attackers can cover the cart, the defenders can defend. And I also opened up this room here. This could be, good place for an NG nest. It's an awesome place for Blue to set up their teleporter and, lead a strong attack. So I was thinking of I wanted to put windows on either side to open up this room, but looking out here, you can see all the way across the map, and I think that's a little too crazy for snipers. So I ended up putting the windows up near the ceiling, so, you can still lob nades through them. If the red team defending has an NG camp set up there, then blue can lob some stuff in and try to take that out. And the last thing to mention in this section is this window here, I put it in for snipers. So over here, if you have red defending, there's this little section here that's great for snipers to stand on. They can defend this area. They can also see across to the ship. Now, this wasn't intentional, but it actually might be kind of cool. One of those unintentional things that turns out well. So it might be kind of neat to have this front of the ship actually, accessible, and you can have a little sniper battle around this building. But anyway, I opened up that window in the building to allow some sniper action all the way across. Now, you can see almost across the whole map right now, so I'll have to talk with Dave about whether or not we can limit that a bit, or, well, we'll see how well that works, but that's the plan. And then moving on to the dock section here. So again, this is the submarine, and this used to be just a wooden dock that ran along, and that was the only route you could take. So I tried to open it up a bit, give another route for both teams. I just extended the dock out and put it downwards a bit. I'm still debating what more to do with it. Right now, of course, it's ridiculous for snipers. It's completely long and completely open. So obviously there'll be some significant changes and, you know, all kinds of stuff in here to break it up a bit. But yeah, I'll talk with Jameson and see what he wants to do with that as well. And moving on to talk a little bit about the shipyard here. I was mostly playing around with hammers since I'm pretty new to it, so I was making boxes and ramps and kind of throwing them around. The only thing I wanted to make sure existed in this section was a way for the red team to get onto the sub, and I wanted to make a series of platforms of varying heights for scouts to jump along and uh, just give, you know, um, make it interesting essentially. Uh, this area here, I'm still not sure whether we want it to be accessible for red. Like, obviously, scouts can get up, and um, demomen can get up, and soldiers can rocket jump. But we might just leave it like that. So heavies and whatnot have to either go the water route or go around the sub. But we'll see how it turns out in playtesting. And the last thing I wanted to talk about for this section was our spawn point. We're still debating whether to have a single spawn or two spawns. Right now, this is the initial spawn for red, and after blue gets to this point with the cart, that'll be blocked off, and the new spawn point will be over here in the corner. And you can see you have a couple routes to get out. We broke it up essentially because we felt this point was still too close to the cart, even if we shut off that door and opened up a new door here. But yeah, we're still gonna play around with that. It would be kind of cool to have just the one spawn point, but so we'll see how that goes as well. But yeah, that's about it. Um, I just managed to get our server up tonight, so tomorrow we're all gonna play test this, and so stay tuned for our, some notes from our initial playtest and further iterations as we go along. Thanks for listening.